In this video, I'm going to teach you how to glitch your defense to get corners and defensive backs at linebacker in Madden 25. Now you can do this from various defensive formations like 4-3 even 6-1, 3-4 odd, and I'm going to teach you guys how. Now keep in mind you need to do this in MUT, and I'm going to show you guys first how to set up your lineup and then what to do once you get in a game to actually make it happen. Now, this is pretty easy to do once you get the hang of it, but you will need to pay very close attention and watch this whole video. Otherwise, you're going to mess up. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to break down my defensive depth chart for you guys, show you my lineup, and explain who to put where in order to get this glitch to work. I'm also going to go over my specialists, and I'll even have to explain a few of my offensive players so you guys can know who to put where in your lineup in order to make the glitch work in a game. Once we do that, I'll actually show you guys what you're going to need to do once you get into a game to activate it. I'll show you guys the packages you need to use and the subs you'll need to make to get your corners at linebacker in a real game. Okay, so the first thing you need to know in your depth chart in your lineup is you're not going to be able to use a ton of backups, so you can't really worry about doing your perfect theme team. Your 40-40, whatever, don't worry about that. I promise you guys that having corners at linebacker is a way bigger advantage than a theme team, because corners are faster to blitz and they coverage better. Just a lot more you can do. So rule number one, no middle linebackers anywhere in your depth chart, anywhere. No at specialist, nowhere in your defensive lineup, you can't have middle linebackers. In fact, you'll see for my middle linebacker in 1 and 2, I have one right outside linebacker and one left outside linebacker. Now I'm probably sure you're looking at this and seeing that I have some 80s. Yeah, the 80s don't play. They're just to make the glitch work. Middle linebacker 1 and 2, need to be a right outside linebacker and a left outside linebacker. No middle linebackers. No backups either at middle linebacker 3 or 4. Nobody there. So for your outside linebackers, let's start with the right outside linebacker. That actually needs to be a D end. I have a right end there. No backup. Left outside linebacker. Okay, that's a left end, a D end, no backups. Second most important thing is your D line. These actually need to be D tackles. So if you have some beast D tackles, these dudes are actually going to play. So, I mean, if I was recommending what to do here, invest in some good D tackles, some good guys with good abilities, because that will actually be your D line if you're running, say, the 4-3 and 6-1. All D tackles. So D tackle 1 and 2, legit D tackles. Left and right end 1 and 2, they're D tackles as well. So, you know, if I would recommend one thing for your D line, make sure you have 4 good D tackles, okay? Now, as far as your backups, you guys see no backup right end, no backup D tackles, no backup left end. That is extremely important, okay? Now, once we go to specialists, you're going to see that another huge key, sub linebackers. Once again, you can't have any middle linebackers in the game anywhere, not even at sub linebacker. But also, both of these guys need to be safeties, okay? Also, you rush in and rush D tackle. Just put the, let's see what position this guy is. Put the starting left in there and make sure he's in all 3 spots. He's really not going to be used unless he's a beast anyways, so don't really worry about that. Now, the most important thing here that I feel like this is kind of where a lot of people mess things up is your two highest overall, or really your highest overall players on the team, at least 1 if not 2, depending upon the formation you want to use this in. They need to be your D-backs. Like you can see, I have a 99 overall Certain, and I like to put him as the slot, okay? Now, you could have him as the starter if you want, and I'll explain how to do that in the game, but just make sure your highest overall players are defensive backs. So an easy way to do this is with your strategy items to boost your DBs. That way, if you don't have stock 99s, you can get them up to 98 or 99. Now, when we talk about the highest overall guys, that's important because I don't want to have 98 and 99 overalls on offensive line. Because if so, those guys could actually come into the game at linebacker instead of your DBs. So that's why it's very important that your backup DBs are higher overall players than like your O-linemen or even like say your running back or receivers. Because basically when we do this glitch, it's going to sub your highest overall players on your whole team in the game at these linebacker positions. So as long as they're corners or defensive backs, that's what we want. So no 98 or 99 overall O-lineman for sure. Don't do that. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, well, no, trust me, there's good enough. Like these Combine and Team of the Year guys are good enough. You don't need 99 overall dudes on O-line, man. You don't. It's not worth it. All right, guys, now that you're in practice mode, you need to get on defense. So just pause the game, hit flip side so you're on defense. go ahead, just run any play. Doesn't matter, just any play that you want. And this is just going to be to make sure we can get on defense. I'm just going to throw the ball, whatever. We're on defense now. All right, so once you're on defense, this is what you're going to do. You want to make sure you know how to do this in practice mode so that once you get in a game, you don't mess it up. So basically the defensive end on the left of the screen, sub him out for this linebacker, left outside linebacker, Bond. That's cool. All right, we got that taken care of. The next thing you want to do, if you're looking to become a better Madden 25 player and win more games, check out sportsgamers.com. This is where I post all my premium content. You get all my offensive and defensive schemes, ebooks, weekly tips, blitzes, money plays, bombs, and more. I have all the best content available at the cheapest prices available anywhere. Sign up today for as little as $9.95. Click the link in the description. I also pinned it in the comments. Let's win more games and dominate together, boys. Basically, for your 4 secondary players, put backups in the game. You'll see in a second here. I can fix that in a second here. But you just want all these backups in the game. And the reason for you wanting the backups in the game is so that once we do our depth chart glitch, the highest rated defenders will be able to go in the game at linebacker. So that's why I'm subbing out my starters and putting backups in the game. But you'll see in a second here, it's not really going to matter, okay? It's not. All right, so once I do that, then I'm going to go to depth chart. I'm going to auto reorder. To auto reorder, you just hit triangle or Y and then select X. Yes, excuse me, to auto reorder. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to the right end position. And you see our starter, we sub in a D tackle as a starter, okay? So we just subbed out our starting right end, put a D tackle there. Next thing we're going to do, go to D tackle spot. That guy we just subbed out at right end, Huff, put him as your starting 1 D tackle. Finally, go to right outside linebacker. And remember how I subbed that linebacker in the game at the beginning at the end? It was Bond. We're going to put him as our 2nd string. All right. Now, once we go back in the game, you'll see if I go to the packages and I hit the stick to get linebacker rush package, now I got all DBs in the game. So watch this. So I'm just going to go ahead and come out and show you guys all these DBs are in the game now. You're good to go. You guys can see I got, Brents, my user Certain, and then I have Byron Jones. Now that I got the DBs at linebacker, I can go ahead and put my starters back in the game. Like if I want Ramsey, Peterson, Simmons, whoever your starters are, you can go ahead, put them back in, and you'll be straight as far as your DBs in the game. But you just need to make sure you get the DBs on the field to glitch before you do any of this. Make sure that you don't do it in the wrong order. Otherwise, you're going to mess everything up, and you're going to be pissed. This is definitely something you do need to do once or twice. Just get the hang of it in practice mode before you try doing it in game. If this helped you out, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Until next time, it's your boy Duke, and I'm out of here.